My name is Darrell Moore. I'm a resident of Western Coventry, and I just want to tell you I'm not going to be a challenge for you today. I want to tell you thank you for the work that you've been doing. I have the utmost respect for the three of you and David Cicilline. I think that all four of you have stepped up to put Rhode Island into this game of politics. You have shown that we can do this and that we will lead the way. I was going to talk about, ask you about war on Russia, but I think we've heard enough on Russia. I'm a veteran, so I'm very passionate about that. I still work for DOD, and I do not talk for DOD, but I am very, very concerned about Russia. You know, and I see enough gray hair in here. We've seen what happened back in the 80s with the Cold War, and it's not gotten any better. We're still there. So my concern right now, we, the taxpayers, every single one of us in here, we pay 85% of the taxes. Corporations pay 15% of the taxes. I listen to C-SPAN or anything like that. Your interests seem to be with corporations. And what's happening right now with reducing regulation, etc. I can understand business concerns with wanting reduced regulation, but that needs to be done properly. Not with this approach of kill it all, kill the EPA. That's not acceptable. Not acceptable. These groups, these agencies are there for our protection. They're not there to protect the corporations. We are the taxpayers. We are the ones that need to be served. We need to be the ones that are being listened to. And so we appreciate that you are here today listening to us. Right now we look at the corporations. Corporations get most of our tax money. Most of it. A lot of people here talk about wanting to reform welfare. Absolutely, we need to reform welfare, and it needs to be a hell of a lot more generous than it is. Right now, we have approximately 6% of our taxes go towards welfare. Close to 80% of it is corporate welfare. We need to change that and bring that back, that Congress is working for us, not for the corporations. Thank you.
Well said. When I was a kid, it was basically dollar for dollar. For every dollar that Americans contributed in taxes, Americans' corporations contributed about $1 in taxes. So there's been this long, steady slide over many, many years to now where it's this gentleman says it is. It's been around 85-15. I don't know where it is exactly at this minute, but more and more and more corporations don't pay any taxes and don't pay their fair share of taxes. So it really is important that we pay attention to that, and it's also really important that we remember that these regulations are there for a reason very often. There's a reason that boilers don't blow up so much any longer. There's a reason that we have airbags in cars. There's a reason that we don't have bad air days in Rhode Island so often now. It's because there were regulations that stopped upwind smokestacks. I don't want to speak for my colleagues here, but one thing I've noticed in my time in Washington is that they talk a great game on regulatory reform and being more efficient by reducing regulation, but when they actually get around to doing it, every time it's the polluters in Wall Street. Every time it's the polluters in Wall Street. It's not small business, it's not all these workers. So our guard is up, and we have a great champion in Jack Reed, who has over and over against these Republican onslaughts protected the funding for these regulatory agencies to make sure that they can do their jobs protecting us.
I also wanted to mentioned, and the point has been made at one of our other town hall meetings, and I want to reiterate the point. This Republican effort to repeal a lot of the regulations that had been promulgated either in previous administrations or particularly the Obama administration are more nefarious than what meets the eye. In that when a regulation is repealed by an act of Congress, the regulatory agency then is going forward forbidden to regulate in that area again forever. And so that's why we have to stand up to these Republican attempts to roll back regulation, particularly on our environment, to protect our clean air, our clean water, and so many